Wow, it's hard to believe here we are again on a Wednesday, and this is a little different on our Bible study by the fact that we're doing application and we want to apply the word. It's one thing to know the word, but we want to apply the word. I've got Cedric here. Brother Cedric, how you doing, man?
Good. How you
man,
doing,
I am so excited about you being with us tonight.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to talk about how you've applied this word. But tell me, how long have you been at Juniper level?
I've been at Juniper going on, it'll be 3 years in February.
Wow, because if I remember correctly, you came right like a couple weeks before the pandemic.
Literally.
You didn't bring it. You didn't bring the pandemic, did you?
No, sir.
I'm sorry. I had to put that in about it, but what a blessing you've been with us.
I appreciate
and
that.
when I look at you coming in, you came in within a few weeks, and literally in a couple of weeks, we were sheltering in place.
Right.
So what is your responsibility? What is it that you do at Juniper level? Tell me what you do.
So here at Juniper level, I'm the minister of music. So anything you guys see musically, I have my hand in it.
Okay.
So yes, sir. Arranging all of it. Yes, sir.
How did you get started? What did you do? How did you get started in playing and doing all of these things? I mean, what happened?
So starting music in general, my mom and dad are preachers. So when I was little.
So you're a PK kid.
Right.
Oh boy, I knew there was something about you. Look, I'm a PK kid also. I'm
Yes,
a
sir.
PK, so you ain't have a choice.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, so my mom anointed my hands when I was little. I started playing, I want to say 6 or 7. I don't know the exact age. I know I was in elementary. But I started playing then, so I've been playing ever since. I mean, I just kept going with it.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
So now, is that a fulfilling to do this, and is there fulfillment in doing all of that and playing and helping out and seeing where you start off with a mission as you plan for the week and then seeing it happen on Sunday?
Right, absolutely. It's definitely fulfillment in that. Just us, as the Levites, coming in and bringing that for everyone at Juniper, for to make your job easier.
Amen.
Come behind us and do what God tell you to do.
Which makes it different because we know music changes everything.
Yes, sir.
Especially in the African American or just black culture, music changes everything.
Right.
Man, my joke sometimes is that, man, as long as they can sing, I don't know about my preaching. Let me quit. But I'm excited about that.
Yes, sir.
And I really feel your presence. I thank God for you. You're definitely a blessing. So outside of this, being a minister of music, what else are you doing? What's been your profession? What is your profession?
So now I have my own business. Before I was in the school system, so I was teaching music.
Oh wow!
In Durham County.
How was that?
It was good. I miss it. I miss the kids. I miss it. I am going to loop back around to that because I do want to open a charter school here in Johnston County. So I am.
You want to open a charter school?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
so that's one of my next goals. So I'm working on that. I have some people. We doing some things, getting some stuff in motion.
Okay.
So that's going to be the next goal. But yeah, I was teaching music, and I just recently left in November. And I started out full time with my own business.
So you telling me you just full time working in a school, and you just said I'm gone.
Right. So I knew the time was coming. Eventually, I just didn't know when. I wanted to get things in order, like closing on the house that we recently got.
Well, first of all, now I know you got that beard. That beard is more thicker than my beard. I might have a shadow. How old are you?
32. Yes, sir.
32?
Yes, sir. Just turned 32.
And you have a house already?
Yes, sir.
You have a business now?
Correct.
At 32?
Yes, sir.
Wow. What? So why and how and how does all of this happen? I mean, is there something that you're holding on to? Is that something, a vision or a dream? Or
So it started actually right before the pandemic. It was Black Friday 2019. I just posted to help a couple people out to mount some TVs. I posted the work I did, and literally, I want to say 6-7 months. I went 6-7 months straight mounting the TV every single day. I just kept getting calls, and I'm going 7 days a week.
Posted televisions or TVs, and then all of a sudden, folks saw it.
Yes, sir.
And they said, "Come on over to my house."
Right.
And for almost 6-7 months, that's what you did.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's what you're doing now.
Right. And during that time, I didn't know, that I was going to, attack that. But during that time, I probably like 3-4 months in, I was like, let me take it a little more serious. So I started researching and studying other things about it. Light fixtures, hanging stuff, because I was already doing TVs. I'm already in the house. Why not offer all of it? Right. So along the way, I started learning more and more. So literally every day after work from the school, get off at 4:30, I'll go straight to doing TVs until 9, 10 o'clock at night for about 2 years straight.
Wow. So you did your research. You didn't just quit. Meaning you just didn't say, I got an idea that I'm going to do it and I'm going to just go do it.
Right. Yeah, I've heard some people, jump out like that. But for me, I knew what I wanted to get first. So I knew I wanted to get the house first. And with the business, it's hard to go into the bank.
So explain that to me, though, because I heard what you just said is that you understood you need to get the house first.
Right.
So then you need to show stability.
Exactly.
Having been somewhere for a period of time.
Right.
So you had a plan then.
Right. I didn't at first, but then once I saw everything that was going to happen, then I started planning it. Okay. So I knew we wanted a house. Me and my wife, and our girls, I knew we wanted a house, and we just didn't know where, at the time. But just being at the school for, longer than 2 years, having that history, I was like, I'm not going to go through the trouble of them trying to, let me see everything about your business. Let's go through it that way because I know it's harder. Right. So once we did get the house and we closed on it, then I knew it was my time to just go ahead and jump out on it.
So did you close in at age 31 or were you 32 already?
31.
Oh, wow.
31. Wow. So the second house, my first house, I was 26, when I was 25.
25?
Yeah, 20, yep, yes, sir.
So you all of a sudden just have an idea, I want to have a house. And by the way, I didn't even ask, but it sounds like you're married.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. And how many kids?
2 with third one on the way, a boy on the way now.
Lord have mercy. So you got 2 girls and a boy on the way.
Yes, sir.
And you decided to take this lunch out into the deep. That's what I'm calling lunch out into the deep.
Right.
When I think about how that's a big quantum leap. That's just not going around the corner.
Right.
That's diving out there in the deep water.
Absolutely.
And what makes you believe or have faith that can be done?
I talk to my friends all the time, especially entrepreneurs, or if they looking to do that. I feel like as believers, it's a cheat code of somewhat because we know if we believe, we know God can heal, we know God can deliver. We see these miracles. Right. Why can't we not believe in Him doing what our heart's desire? Why can't we believe in Him for those things? Wow. You know what I mean? So my faith level is. I feel like once I crack that code.
Is it off the chain?
Yeah, well, I feel like once I crack that code, I'm just like, I feel like there's nothing I can't do. You know what I mean? With God, of course. You know what I mean? So when I took that leap, it wasn't even a second thought. It was wow. Let's just go for it.
Wow. And He used what was in your hand.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Because you didn't. It's not like you woke up one day and said, I want to hang television. Right. That's not probably one of those career things. But who would have thought? Have you ever thought even imagine in your wildest dreams that it would be like it is today?
I didn't imagine that. Originally, my plans were IT. Okay. So I went to Central Computer Information Systems for a little bit.
That school in Durham. Okay.
Yes, sir. The one and only school, but it's all right.
I appreciate you. We might need to cut right now. Let me quit.
but it all worked out. Being that I did go to NCCU, it kind of built that network. So I knew everybody. So once I did take that leap, it was like, Cedric, I need you to come do this. Cedric, I need you to do it. And so everybody's just been plugging me in ever since. You know what I mean? So
that's sometimes we miss what true going to a HBCU can bring.
Yes, sir.
Is networking.
Right.
Because once everybody knows you, then you know everybody. It's hard to go to school and not know all the different people. and then you reconnect,
Right.
and then that's somebody they can trust. If they're gonna give some monies away anyway, it's gonna cost. Why not give it to somebody
Right.
they already know,
Yes, sir.
who's already doing the work? Wow, that's a big leap though. That's still a big leap for me. So 2 homes now, and you're 32 now.
Yes, sir.
3 kids, well, 2 and 1 on the way. When will he?
December, so it'll be literally a couple days before Christmas.
Wow. That's unbelievable. I guess the question is, you just told me how you got started. You told me you got started by basically helping somebody.
Yes, sir.
Do you think sometimes ministry, but also in business world, that by helping someone, you discover sometime your purpose?
Absolutely. I think this year alone, being out, I'm in my first year full time.
Okay.
Which will be November, December, my full year. But definitely this year, I've seen more of that development. Like I feel like I'm understanding what my purpose is more and more.
Okay.
Because you might have those calls and just motivating people, and not realizing how big you might be to them in their life until they call and you hear their testimony, you have no idea.
Right, because see, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I've hung some that only by the grace of God, they're still hanging. If there's a strong wind or an earthquake or something, they may fall. Because what they say, I read stuff like, okay, you can find the stud finder and do all of this other stuff.
Right.
Yeah, because everybody doesn't have that. Now, do you even did you have a construction background or anything like that?
I didn't have a construction background at all. Like I said, I just studied it. I Googled and YouTube so much. I stayed up. Instead of Netflix some nights, I was studying. I still do now. Yeah, keep studying.
And so what would you tell someone who is interested in a business? And first of all, I think what you could probably also say, you got to find a business where there's a market.
Correct.
What do you think about that? What are your thoughts about, because you probably would have never imagined this business.
Right.
But you found a business where there is a market.
Right.
Instead of what you want and then make a market, there was a market, and then you just established from there. What are your thoughts on that?
Finding that market, I think for our area here in Raleigh-Durham, I think it's a lot of things that, a lot of people have to offer and can do now, especially with it growing like it is.
Right.
So there's some things we're missing, that you might go to Atlanta to get, or you might go somewhere else. So I think that, whatever the dream or goal is, right now, I think it's kind of wide open for anybody to attack what they really want to do. Right. You just have to be consistent and dedicated to it.
Well, and you bring up a point that I think that is important. That I hear all the time people say, I want to own my own business because I don't want nobody to tell me what to do.
Right.
Tell me about that. What have you found about that? So you're the owner of the business. I guess nobody can tell you what to do, but are you told what to do every day?
No, I'm not told what to do at all. It's my business, So the thing is, for people who do say that, they have to realize the other end, about self-motivation and just pushing yourself. Because if that's not there, then it's tough. You might just sleep in 3 days out of the week and just be like, forget it, I'm gonna get out.
How often do you sleep in now?
I don't sleep in at all. I rarely do. I might have a day out the week where my week was busy, but still my body won't even let me really sleep in anyways.
So the thoughts of owning a business and I can just chill.
Right.
That doesn't happen that often.
No, it can. It's possible. I think you just have to work your way up to it. But those starting years, you should be ready to go get it.
You got to be grinding.
Right.
Got it. And also the other side of that coin, where we say I can just do whatever I want to do. If you come to my house though, and I say I need this hung, are you not paying attention to me then?
No, that's different.
Am I correct?
Yeah, right.
You see what I mean?
So I got you in that. I think when people saying it, they're probably thinking about being locked down to a clock and being told this is the list of things you have to do. Of course, we working, so we still have to complete those things. But I get
And are you locked 2 o'clock now? Because if I lock you in and say, hey, Cedric, I need you at 8 o'clock, that's the only time I can come, you're going to be there probably.
So, yes, sir, in a sense, somewhat. It depends, though. Like, I mean, once you have, I mean, now for me, it's to a point where I have consistent work, so I can make my own schedule as far as the day. It doesn't always work out like that at first.
At first, it wasn't like that.
Right. But I was like I said, I get off work and go straight to it.
Right.
So I was every day.
You put the time in.
Right. Yes, sir.
So if you had some advice to someone who, first of all, what would you tell them about their foundation with God first? And I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but my question is, do you think you need to have a solid foundation with your walk with Christ first before you start a business?
Right. Yes, sir. I feel like my foundation was very solid. One, because of my parents, raising me up in that and like that. So for me, that's everything though. Okay. So every day I'm talking to God every day. I pray every day. I don't know how you can go a day without it. Right. You know, especially. I mean, I'm out here on my own. Right. Like, where the job will come from. You know what I mean?
Sick, I need somebody to call me.
Right.
Do you ever look at the cell phone and be like, come on now, I need you to ring because I got bills that still have to be paid. Right. I still got this. I got a wife and we have 2 girls and a boy on the way.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man. I got a house payment.
Right.
All of this. And I keep hearing, I just hear, you got to have a foundation with God. But I also hear, what other advice would you tell somebody who wants to start a business right now?
Plan it, write it down, write the vision, make it plain. Write it down, make sure everything's in order. Like I said, for me, I wanted to make sure I had those school W-2s in order and stuff before I went to the house so they could say, oh, okay, boom, boom, you cleared. Right. Go ahead, you good. And then I went off and did, my thing, obviously. Now, I would just say line up those things. Just don't jump out and say, God gave me this, I'm just going for it. You don't have any saved up money, nothing, and you just trying to live check to check off of something that you don't know is coming or not. Right. You know what I mean? Just get the things in order. Once you get in business though, I mean, like I said, your faith will grow along the way as well with your own business. I was always tapped in anyways with God, you know what I mean? So that's the lifeline. I mean, my favorite scripture, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Right. And I think we say that and don't really know what it means. I think we limit them still after saying it. Right. So for all, I see all in all caps. Right. I see the ALL in all caps for me. So I really believe I can do all things. Right. If he's with, I mean, what can I not do? Right.
So let me go get it then.
Right. What can I not do? So for me, when I wake up and that's like one of my favorite things. That's my mission. It's like every day I wake up, I'm driving down the street. I feel like I'm about to get the biggest contract ever. Somebody's about to call me and say, hey, here's this money I want to donate. I feel like that every single day. Right. You know what I mean? So.
Right. So are there times you're nervous though?
Yeah.
When I know there's probably some weeks it may be a little slower than others.
Yeah, there's some weeks that are slower than others. I think that when I first started, it was kind of back and forth. But once again, the faith level where I'm at now, even if it's a slow week, I know that he'll provide the following week or the week after. You know what I mean? So it might be a week, and I take those slow weeks to sit down and write and maybe, see what my trend, see where I was getting the work from, see what I can attack now. Right. Or take the time and just relax with family. Because if I'm busy,
and they understand
take that time. Right.
Right, because they know that right now, these are the years that you got to go get it.
Absolutely. And
you always want to have 5-star.
Yes.
And you always want to say what you mean what you say.
Yes, sir.
And go from there. So financially, you just been trusting God.
Right. And I'm very transparent. If people call me, ask me how I scaled, like my first year, when I say trust them, I know people are thinking like, okay, I think they like you just talking or that's what we do, but no, that's like I'm real serious. You know what I mean?
I gotta even. Would you even say when you talk to him, God, I need this year?
Right.
This is what I'm concerned about this is what I need to happen.
Absolutely.
And I know it's going to come from you.
Right, absolutely. My first year, I told God before I went full time, first year I want to hit 6 figures.
Right.
After that, we're going for another goal. I want to be a millionaire. You know what I mean? Those are the goals. First year I want to hit 6 figures. I am August. I have about 3 months left, I think, and passed my goal already.
Oh, wow.
Working, but that's, like I said, the faith level.
Absolutely.
Is I'm talking to God. I believe I can do all things.
Absolutely.
I believe I'm not chasing money, that money's chasing me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? My mindset is totally different about, it has to be though.
Right.
It has to be.
And you can't be about trying to go hurting others.
Right.
Because you're giving a service that you're helping others.
Exactly.
And they're the ones that putting out, man, try him, word of mouth.
Right.
And all, because if you do good work, and I think the other side of that is, I always quote that scripture, the one that says, man that doesn't work doesn't eat.
Correct.
And I think that this is another way. So if you had to do it all over again, would there be anything you would change?
If I had to do it again, I don't think it would be anything I would change, honestly. Because like I said, at first I didn't know I was going to go down this road.
Okay.
Yeah, there may be some things as far as just growing your business credit and things like that if we got a little deeper into it. But stuff like that you learn anyways along the way. So
Right.
you really, to change it, you
Right.
have to know it. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Some of that you just need to know.
Yeah, exactly.
And see it unfold.
Right.
And sometimes that may make you even more go to the grind and do the things that need to be done.
Yes, sir.
But it's still good to get help.
Right.
Do you have a mentor? Do you talk to anybody about how to do all of this?
I have a few guys. As far as doing TVs and stuff, that's something I just study and I just do.
Right.
But the whole audio video install, LED walls, just got into a little bit of everything. But I have guys that are mentors,
Right.
that God sent along the way. I mean, literally called my phone, that people passed the number. I think just being good to people. I've just been good to people over years, and they've returned the favor by passing along, hey,
So you're not just putting up that 60 to 80 inch or the 100 inch now. It's expanded from there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The TVs obviously are still, that's the main thing.
Right.
That's what my business promotes, so I get those every day.
Right.
But absolutely, so LED walls, it might be 200 inch or, however.
200 inch.
Right, 200
Wow.
inches. It just depends
Wow.
on the size wall they purchase, so.
So a lot of that for churches and things like that.
Right, churches, commercial buildings, so all of it.
So, and all of that, you just studied, figured out how to get it done. Mm-hmm. Not just put yourself in a box. That's all you're gonna do is put it up
Right.
the 60, the 40, 50, 60 inches, but I'm gonna do something else.
Right. Because I think just attacking the TVs only, I was doing that at first, but just getting in the house and hearing, hey, do you hang ceiling fans or do you put up pendant lights? Those things, it's like, why not do that?
So you do all of that now?
Yes, sir.
Pendant lights.
Ceiling fans, pendant lights, home theater systems. Once you get in there, it's just, you don't want to limit yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you said, I'm just doing turnkey.
Right. You don't know what week, it could be a week where the TVs are flooded. The following week, it could be 3 TV installs, but you could have 15 light fixtures.
Right.
So it balance, or maybe more, it balance out though, you know what I mean, your week. So you steady getting work regardless.
Right.
Yes,
so
sir.
you've diversified yourself.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I guess, when I also think about this, I talked about being nervous.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever think your thought patterns have to be together also? Meaning you have to be around positive people in order for positive things to happen.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna say you lost any friends, that's not what I'm saying. Have you had to change maybe some of where you hung out at, those type things, and the people you really spent a lot of time with? Has that changed?
So I've shifted. I still have those friends, like you said, losing friends.
Right.
I've shifted to obviously other friends that are in that as well, so I can get what I need. You know what I mean?
Right.
But once again, I think if your self-motivation is not there, you should really work on that, because I'm a very self-motivated person.
Right.
So, I get up and you call me at 7 in the morning, I'm hyped.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I have you thinking you about to make
what
some
you
crazy
need?
money today.
Be like, hey, what you need? I got something for you. I'll be there, and I'm on the way.
Yeah, I'm always energetic, because you want that type of atmosphere. You know what I mean? Especially if you out on your own.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you think, as we draw this to a conclusion, do you think that your girls and eventually your son will be watching you? Do you see them watching your work habits, your work ethics, and all of that?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I have a 5 and 3-year-old now, so I know they watch it, because they asking me how many TVs you got today.
Now that they're thinking about this means that I can get this. That they're not at that age yet.
Well, the 5-year-old, she will say, "Give me some money real quick."
Oh, so she have already put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. She got a bunch of loose dollars in her room right now.
Daddy go hang a TV. That's something in my pocket.
Right.
Okay, I got it. And do you think that's important to set? As your parents, we started off there talking about that. How your parents set a tone for you.
Yes, sir.
That tone was early on, being in church, putting something in your hand, teaching you've having to learn, obviously, just how to do stuff. What do you see yourself passing that baton on to your kids?
Yeah.
And how important is that?
I believe it's everything.
Okay.
Just to prepare them for life in general. Of course, there's other things. I think like our parents and grandparents and that weren't exposed to.
Right.
At that time, we're exposed to way more now.
Right.
So, there's a lot of more things I think we can get in order for our kids to be more successful. You know what I mean? And I think that'll keep going like that. But I think it's very important. Like you said, just to see the entrepreneurship in general, them seeing, I can have my own business. I'm not pushing them to that direction.
Right.
If they want to go to college, they can go to college.
Right.
Either way, I'm going to push them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm going to let them make that decision once they get there.
They got to go out there and get it, though.
Yeah, they're going to have to get it regardless. But I'm going to make that decision. I mean, for me and my mindset, they're going to be covered regardless for me. So whatever they need, I'm a certain amount of money I want in both their accounts, and it's not little goals. You know what I mean? Because we big guy, big goals.
Right.
So it's not little goals at all. Right. But so if they need something to fall back on, I won't let them know that it's there for them.
Right.
But hey, you need to do this.
You got to go get it. I think then my last question I think is I scooted around it. I don't think I really asked that question about fear. What do you think? Could you help us to just think about how you conquer fear and how you deal with fear itself? Right.
So for me, I think it's a little different because, believe it or not, it happened with musically. Me playing piano all my life, I was in the country, we played. I get joked on sometimes about playing because, like I said, I taught myself. So some things I didn't know early on. Once I got to Central, I just put myself around other guys that played, and I just taught myself more theory. So fear was already a thing for me that I broke. Some point in college. Okay. So fear now, I know, it's a thing on people, but like I said, once again, if you really believe in God and you say he the God, you say who he say he is. Right. Why can you not get over that? Why fear shouldn't even be an issue. Right. You know what I mean? Eventually you should be able to get past that. So fear is a thing. Right. It is a thing. Right. But once again, with God, we can do all things.
So again, I said that was in, but I'm a preacher. You know how we do that. At least about the third time, then But my question though, then, it seemed like even when you got to that school in Durham, right, you studied and watched other people do what you were trying to do, always sharpening the sword to get better. Right. And then you learned.
Yes, sir.
So it appeared, and even on this, starting your business, you had to learn. Right. So I guess you just have to have a teachable spirit.
Absolutely. Teachable spirit, be humble at all times. fast and I know everybody says fast and pray all the time. When I had that fear musically, I went on a fast about fear. I went on a 40-day fast about fear. And the reason I did 40 is because I feel like not that God won't reward us for a 3-day or a 7-day.
Or a 2-hour.
Right. We can get through that though.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not.
40 days is.
40 days is like.
Right.
It's tough. So I did that to break that. But even with my business now, like I said, the relationship with God, I went on a 7-month fast. I just got off in August. I started in February, but I did the first 7 days of each month to stay tuned in with him every month. Okay. I have a thing for numbers. So whatever the number meant for that month, that's what I held on to. And literally, whatever that number meant, God showed it in the fast in the entire month.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
7 months.
7 months. Every first 7 days of each. And in 7, because the number of completion, it was a thing we and one of our friends were talking about.
Right.
It clicked one day. But that helped me through my first year just to stay in tune with him and to hear, hey, like, number 2, just for example, was partnerships and relationships. Right. That whole fast, I met business owners that needed jobs done, all of that, which I'm working on a contract at NC State from month 2 when I was on that fast because of a partnership. Right. So it was things like that, but each month was something different, and literally, God showed it through the whole fast and the whole entire month. The whole time. Literally, the whole 7 months.
So you are who you are, the success and everything else, because God has his hands on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
32.
Yes, sir.
You sure? I want to see your birth certificate, and man, I'm gonna come back and confirm. But man, it's been a good time. This brother Cedric, the minister of music, right here at Juniper level. But man, I'm excited about what you're doing in the church, outside the church, stretching the walls, and we're just excited about you being here.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
Go forth and conquer.
Thank you.
Amen.